Good morning, everybody. All right, so kind of quiet morning. Things were up a little bit here. You can see they just dropped off over the last few minutes or so. But trading inside of Friday's bar, and it was kind of a boring day, but it held a 50 MA. As I titled the intro slide, I think the financials are the key to that. If they start to break, so go under the 50 MA, since tech is already down below that. And that's when institutions start to sell a little more. And so far, I don't think, well, certain stocks are getting hit pretty darn hard, but that's always the way it is. And the next stop will likely be this major support level down here, that pivot low. And we'll take it from there. You know, things will be down. Well, I don't know exactly what it is. I think we measured it last week. From the high close down to that major support, I think was around 5%. But tech, if we look at that, is down, will be down around 10%. Yeah, so that's a little less than 5%. If it should get down there, give or take. And I think ultimately maybe somewhere down here well, that's where the most major support is. Let's hope it holds there. But we'll see where it goes. And well, I was kind of surprised that this held as well as it did, maybe because it was just Friday in August, people going away, but that it even held the 50 MA after this big, nasty turnaround day that occurred. And that is going to be our first resistance level, a significant resistance level, since we got all these bars up there. I don't see any reason why that's going to get down below that, since you can see interest rates are green on the day, and I see some currencies are moving lower, as you can see here, which means the dollar is moving up. So there's more bearish things going on. And as already mentioned, I think financials are the key. Once they break, I guess we'll see if they do break, but you can see they're holding up pretty well. A little drop right there, but inside there, once this breaks below here, and you should set an alert below these bars. I mean, you'll see if the broader markets are going down, but if this does break below there, and KRE, the regionals, which are holding up relatively well too, if they start to move lower, I don't see how the S&P is going to hold up. And then, of course, everybody will be watching as it break down below the 50 MA. SPX, well, let's always look at the futures first, but they're not, they're just holding there at the 50. Support is there. SPX 4405. I'd love to see the markets drop off at the open and get like 4,400. They're still above the 50, and 4,500 is the top strike. And so while things are holding, I suppose it could approach that. But this being as far away as it is, I think it's highly unlikely it's going down there today. So 4405, maybe 4,400 if we do get a continuation drop. You can see yields are lifting up a little bit more, up near the high. I think, the next stopping point is going to be up there, and pushing above that high. Well, I think the markets go down. Internals are not there yet. So there's a little gas in the tank, so to speak, before, these are in alignment together into this green area. And this would just be into the bands. It wouldn't be, anywhere near the 1.2, but, in a bullish market environment, it typically doesn't get down to 1.2. So coming down into these lower bands with breadth down here, I think at least we get a tradable bounce. Now, that being said, ideally what happens at the beginning of the week is things drop rapidly, because if it just hangs here and sentiment gets around this area, we've got all of this congestion right up above, and that's not what we want for a tradable bounce. We want it to get down below that area a bit so it can go up there, and the reward to risk is something reasonable. But more than likely, I think what'll set up as no-brainer trades will be credit spreads, put spreads, because at that point, the downside is less likely. They've already moved to a certain level. And I think at that point, like XLK and technology and the FANGs that have been leading the way down, say this gets down here to this major support level around 162.5 or 3, somewhere down in here, buyers are going to step up just because they're down a whole bunch. And I think this was around 10%, give or take, if it was to fall all the way down there. It's an obvious place for buyers to begin to show up there. Qs, down below the 50. You probably know Apple is well below that. XLK is down below it. SMHs have broken down. So interest rates are going up. Tech is going down. And tech is where most want to be because it offers the highest probable return when it's in favor. And so with that going down, as already mentioned, if financials begin to break, I think you have the majorities now in agreement of an ongoing correction, and then we begin to see things unfold in the other direction, right? It's the opposite. And sentiment and breadth reach extremes together, prices are at support, we start seeing breakdown failures, and from there, we look for longs. Russell, so far holding the 50. And, if this turned into a green day today, things move back above their opening price, we'd have to look for maybe an update tomorrow. Right now, they're just hanging there at the 50. You can see on the 15-minute chart there, a little consolidation or trading range that's going on. So these 50 MAs just set alerts underneath that. And if you're long, whatever, and your alerts start going off, you got to consider whether you're going to hold longs here if the markets start to break through some support. I'm just looking at comments here. All right. The Dow holding up the best. Remember, it was the laggard when things began, and then it played some catch up, and so far it's holding still well above the 50, but set an alert down below these lows here. So we've got these lines in the sand of support pretty much everywhere. So set a few alerts, and we got, here, it ain't going to go very far to the upside before sellers show up again. And a topping tail bar like that clearly says institutions took advantage of that advance, and it got knocked back down. So indecision to some extent, depending on where you look, not in technology. You see Apple, institutional favorite, broke down sharply. Tesla's down this morning as well. And so Amazon is the one that's holding up the best. And, if that starts to break, we start looking for different things acting together that leaves any doubt as to what's going on and what's going to happen. What is happening, I should say. You can see the dollar is up here. That's falling in, but that's moving up. It's at the top of the range. The news was talking this morning about the yen making a pretty big move. And you can see as it is, and it's got room to fall if my weekly chart will fill in here for us, wherever the delay is. You can see it broke below that low, and it's got room to go. So, and we look at different currencies. Um, the euro is beginning to fall, the yen is going down, the pound is starting to move a bit lower. It's got a pivot low there. And Canada holding for the moment, and Australia breaking lower. So with yields going up, the dollar going up, tech falling apart, it really leaves little doubt that the correction is ongoing and likely to get a bit worse. Oil is stuck at the top of the trading range. I don't know, it's a fellow I saw on the news today talking that he believes it's going much higher for various reasons. But as always, we look to the left and it's stuck there. Momentum is slowed. So let's see how it consolidates. And lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin, because that's not doing anything else here this morning. So we start off with a relatively quiet morning. There's some economic news tomorrow. And we'll see where this week takes us. So far is just continuing bearish view and looking for things to go lower. And lastly, I'll take a look at price at the pump is going up. And we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, and more inflation. And so that'll raise worries about what the Fed is going to do. So until proven otherwise, I think we either sit on the sidelines, trade smaller for longs, look for shorts, and we'll see how it all unfolds. All yours, Dan.
Good morning. So yeah, I just sent a telegram. We have a number of compelling longs in the weekend letter, or bullish option trades. But I just said let's hold off just so I can trigger them individually. Yeah, Netflix alarm. Yeah, no, that was a call spread. My alarm went off already. Delta was a short. My alarm went off, but now it's perking back up. Let me reset it. We have one earnings trade, Mindy, there in the middle. We have the 145s, so I'm going to be looking to get out of that this morning at a profit. And another alarm, GLDD, Sam I Am gave me this. Nice 1, 2, 3, 5 bar turn, buy setup, range expansion, engulfing, support 20 MA. That's a beautiful buy setup. My alarm went off, but now I don't see any prints, so I'll keep an eye on that. Not a whole lot of earnings. Oh yeah, Greg mentioned Tesla down. I mean, the only news I saw is they're doing something lowering price on some models. I don't know if that's the only news, whatever. But nice gap down. We have a call spread on that, so I sent out an alert, see if we can. And I'm totally guessing. I don't know if this thing's going to open up, but I said let's see if we can bid 6 cents and take our money. Otherwise, half lot, 5-minute high. We're going to have a beautiful gain at the open. So 5-minute high for half. And here's a couple earnings here. CPLU, nothing. Not bad. I'm going sideways here, rising 50. We'll come back. There's our Mindy, pulling in a little bit. ERJ 1566, gap and resistance. JKS, what down, now up. What's that? Shoot, what's the one that got killed on Friday on earnings? I have it up above here somewhere. AMPS 674. Gap's too big to resistance. pattern, that's no pattern. Yeah, we're kind of getting at the tail end in PWR. No volume. Sandal, little marijuana stock. Ah, this ain't bad. And I even think I said on Friday, I said, if this takes out Friday's high, this might be one of the surviving marijuana. Who the heck knows? But this has room to the 200 at least. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, we have Dow short. Doyu, big mess. Humana. Not Humana. A. If it can get over Friday's high, looks fine. NIU, no pattern. Uber. That's not a short to me. I mean, look, the thing's down 12 days. I know it's failed buy setup, but I don't like it myself. Not a good pattern, and this prior low would be your target. Let's see what I got over here. Now, airlines look lower. Look at Jets as a closing breakdown with a price void. So this looks fantastic, lower. But JetBlue has been underperforming Jets. So I have an alarm at 6:55, whatever. This one might be the first. Once the sector stabilizes, this could be the go-to, provided this pattern still looks like this, as opposed to it breaking down from here. AUR, this would be an ideal 1, 2, 3 for tomorrow. You got a flat 20, so it's been resting in a beautiful 45-degree 50 MA. My Dow alarm just went off again. Put that in the window. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot to post this. Look at this. This is a beautiful bottom right here, Octa. This is a beautiful put spread candidate. Let me send this to weekly options people. So 5, 10, 15, 30-minute high. Oh, really, Alex? Thanks. I'll look for it. This Kaplan guy, the old Dallas Fed guy, was on CNBC. And he was bashing the Fed, not the Fed, the government, Biden, about their oil policy. And he's saying, look, it's going to be 20, 25 years transition. He says, if you don't support fossil fuels now, oil is going to get more expensive, and you're doing the exact opposite of what you want. We're going to be producing more, burning more coal, and you're retarded, is my interpretation of what he said. All right, so Octa I like a lot for put spread if it holds. All right, where did I leave off there? That's a beautiful closing breakout. That would also be an ideal 1, 2, 3, because it's what we call an end of day rally, as opposed to it rallying in the morning and then going basing for 4 hours. There's another bottoming pattern. SSRM looks higher. I see it gapping down a little, so that's also an ideal 1, 2, 3 for tomorrow. Jen, a little bold rectangle here. Here's your flagpole, bullish consolidation. Lab, I'm watching on a pullback. We have a wide range of nighting, daily, weekly, monthly. There's our delta we just talked about. That's short. EVLV, tell us. Yeah, you need let's say that's an end of day base, right? Compared to what what I just said, lab or whatever. So I just wish that bar wasn't so darn big. Let's say hypothetically it was at $7. And then this 15-minute looked like that. I would be all over that, Thomas, over Friday's high. But yeah, let's put it on the list. It looks good. Come down here, add it, EV, LV, GNRC over Thursday's high. I like as a put spread. Cruise ships here, cruise ships and jets are weak. So NCLH of the cruise ships, I like the best. Tenant, bullish consolidation. UNP, you know, big old gap. Breakdown failure. Set an alarm at Thursday's high. And GE, Friday's high. W whiskey, Thursday's high. I like put spread. Redfin, I don't think there's any juice, but Thursday's high, put spread. NUE was a short, actually. Fair 1, 2, 3, gapping up. So no harm done. Knee, I got positive Barron's mention. Thursday high is a small little, you know, W retest thing. CMCSA, I think, had positive Barron's. LUV. Now this is similar to JetBlue in the sense of this could be the first one to turn. This in JetBlue, if the sector holds, but it needs to take out Thursday's high. Notice how you have a buy setup on the weekly here. So drastic difference in the airlines here. See, this is not a short, because this is a power 1, 2, 3 right here. Yeah, I saw the price cuts. I didn't know it was China. There was another article in the journal, Alex, I don't know if you saw, talking about China's slowdown hitting some of the big boys over here. But you know, when we say big boys, you know, CAT, DuPont, Triple M, etc., you kind of think of the diamonds. And I don't see any damage here in the diamonds. We're holding up strong. Triple M, talking about the Dow. Triple M we have as a put spread over 105. I just arbitrarily gave it a, you know, a little more hurdle to get over Friday because of Thursday's tail. GWW, this is a pattern that you can trade either direction. Friday's low, lower, Thursday's high, higher. So I got alarms up and down. AMBA, low alarm, we are short this, very nice. This is an alarm in our favor. So let me set new alarms from AMBA. Set an alarm at 70 now. I've just been stair stepping it down $1 at a time. I'll set an up alarm 71.50. And I'm going to put this in a window. VMC. Now this one, it all started with this whipping around on earnings, but it's consolidating in an uptrend. Look at the rising 50, look at the weekly. So this one, there's no immediate entry. I think I have an alarm at 222.50. And GNRC, I think I mentioned Thursday's high. XPH, why am I looking at this? I guess strength. Oh no, Greg gave that to me. Yeah, Greg told me to watch that and XTL. I don't know, they're sloppy. That might's obviously lower, XLK. And I wish we got into these earlier. They're just down so much. We need balances to short. Algin, beautiful buy setup. BXP, consolidating. Cop, that's on Alex's list. It's get. I like when they get down because then number one, there's no immediate urge need to get in, and number two, the trigger has to negate the gap down. So I like that. Glancing up at my oil ETFs, they're mixed. I see XOP down, XLE flat, OIH up. Dell, little kind of buy setup, bull flag, or LM and CR, bullish close. Tesla low alarm. Wow. All right. So yeah, I have a 235 low alarm. But yeah, I'm going to be looking to take profits on that. OC, the Orange County, over last week's high. Slob, beautiful gap reversal, gap breakout, 3 bullish consolidation bars. URI, bullish, flex, Friday's low, Mattel. Mattel needs to get over Thursday's high. Let me make sure I have an alarm at 2170. And I don't. Yeah, X is on my list down here somewhere. It's right here, 446. Yeah, they had, I think, I was shocked. Somebody's trying to buy X. And I think Cliff trying to buy X. Thought X would have been a lot bigger. So Cliff, it looks like the news has been out because this thing's been getting their inside information or whatever. So that's been getting clobbered. Man, X used to be $1.30, didn't it? Somebody wants to buy this. All right, SSRM breakout. And this bull flag here, MATV. Gap and down. So let's set an alarm at 1780. Bethlehem. APD. This is a put spread idea. Beautiful multi-bar turn, negate, not fully negating, but substantially negating this ugly red bar, bullish 15. I would have put it in the letter, but there was insufficient juice. Millennium, why am I watching you? That's a mess. Right, SMTC, low alarm, we're for this also. So new alarms. Oh, my alarm is at 25, so I gapped down there. Let me move stop 2562. All right, like GLDD, good, it came in, so it did not gap over the entry. All right, let's see what Tesla's at now. Tesla's 24 cents. Man, I did not expect it to be that high. So. I have the the instructions out there. Upstart alarm. It's just not a potent reversal yet, it's the problem. But I've been watching this all week. Check this AMBA. SMTC just hit the next target. That's AMBA 71.94.